What's this video about?
The baby.
This baby.
Pet this baby.
Do they know what it is?
What it is? It's a human child.
No, what gender?
A fetus. No, they don't.
Hi guys, welcome to We Film Things. Hey guys, welcome to We Film Things, and it is a very special little video today because there's not just two of us in this video, there is a new member of the cast.
Just to introduce ourselves to begin with, I'm Alishka.
I'm Jack, and this is our new baby.
Okay, that's one way to kick off the video. If you follow us on Instagram, you may have seen this already, but we are expecting our first baby in September. We're quite excited about it, a little bit nervous. Obviously, we've already announced it on Instagram, so this isn't like a big announcement video or anything. But what I really wanted to do was a little Q&A just between me and you and the internet.
Q&A.
We had the idea for this video because we were just having an in-depth conversation about how we felt generally throughout the entire process of the pregnancy and stuff, and I thought it was really interesting. So I thought we'd do this Q&A. It's unprepped, uncensored, but yeah, it's just stuff that I'm interested in from his perspective and vice versa.
The process of having a baby is a very different experience for both of us. That's why I think it's good to have this sharing session. Also, now making any video, it's interesting thinking about the fact that the baby will be able to watch that.
And just probably be really embarrassed and be like, oh my god, what were you thinking?
We'll go through a not caring phase and then probably a massive embarrassment phase, but then maybe later on they'll think, wow, it was a real goldmine.
Just for context, I am 25?
25 and
25 weeks.
5 days pregnant.
No. Oh yeah. How did you know that?
I track.
Okay.
What we do know is that the baby is the size of a
bunny.
Large grapefruit or a bunny.
Which they're not the same size, so I don't understand how this works.
All we know is that our baby is a wild child. She likes to party.
Loves
she drinks
to hop around in there.
Her own urine. At this stage, most of the amniotic fluid in the sac is just old urine that is getting sucked up by a little baby and then weed out again. It's a big recycling centre in there.
This is Jack's favourite pregnancy fact. Whenever we tell anyone that we're having a baby, he's like, by the way, it's drinking its own wee.
Well, she is. She is drinking her own wee.
Well, okay, so it's a girl.
Well, I think it's nice. Yeah, it's no big secret.
It's not a big secret, no, but we've just not said it anywhere before.
It's a girl.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless I heard the stenographer wrong, in which case.
Yeah, or the stenographer could have got it wrong themselves. So we believe she's a girl.
Right, should we get into the questions? I want to take it back to the beginning. So my first question is, how did you feel when I first told you that I was pregnant?
I was very surprised because you told me when you came back from the Czech Republic after 2 weeks. So it wasn't really the news that I thought we were going to have on New Year's Eve. Also, I just bought a load of wine.
Yeah.
I made you a gin and tonic. I thought it was really nice. And you were saying to me, open your presents. And I was like, I'm not a material guy. I just want to spend time with you. I open your Christmas presents. And I did. I got some very nice shoes. And I wrapped this little thing and it looked like a COVID test. The COVID test that you can do is kind of like a pregnancy test. You read it from a strip.
You get the lines on there as well.
So I originally thought, oh, Alicia's got COVID so we can't go out. I didn't really believe it. And then I think in the hours and days afterwards, I still didn't really believe it because there's no change for me. There's no really change for you apart from you can't really
We
drink
did do a
alcohol.
second test the day after because I was like, it turned positive really quickly. Maybe I weed too fast or something like that.
And let's just be really clear, we decided to try having a baby
2 weeks prior.
Two weeks prior, so let this be a lesson to you in contraception. It can happen very quickly.
I mean, obviously there's people who it takes a really long time for, and we know that we're really, really lucky. It's something that we had in mind as well. We thought this might be like a 6-month process or whatever, but
maybe even longer. I mean, I wanted to be a dad, and so I was very disbelieving when it was there and it was happening.
And
but
also
I
it's
was
just a stick.
Disbelieving in astonishment. It's kind of like, this stick is telling me I'm going to be a dad. I wanted to be a dad forever, but I've got no proof. So that was my feeling, real disbelief and astonishment, but in a really positive way. That's not a negative feeling because I really wanted it to happen. Okay, relevant for the question you just asked me. when did you start believing that it was true and kind of let yourself get immersed in that feeling?
Ooh, I think those are two separate things. I had a very, very strong suspicion that I was pregnant. My period is like clockwork. This is TMI, but I get it like on the minute, on the day. And it was a day late and I was like, I'm pregnant. There's just no other explanation. And when you do the test, you don't believe it. And then I guess you start feeling changes in your body. So I kind of started thinking, okay, this is probably real. I had a very, very early scan because we went back to the Czech Republic to tell my mum that we were having a baby. When you go to the doctors there, you can just have a scan straight away. So we saw a tiny, tiny little bean. It was literally the size of like a microbe.
She?
Yeah, she. Well, we didn't know it was a she at the time.
But now she's a she.
It wasn't
She
clear.
was a microbe she. That was funny because I didn't get to go to that scan
Really?
because of COVID. And so I didn't feel probably the same about it.
Yeah.
I still wasn't in a believing phase. And the other thing is it's quite scary. It's a big secret.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen. So
Yeah.
you don't want to believe it until you know.
I guess that's the second part of your question, is like when you like kind of really felt like we're gonna have a baby. And that's kind of when I felt a little bit more, I guess, confident that we'd gotten past the first trimester. I started feeling her very, very early on because of where she is in my tummy. She's like quite close to the surface. I could feel her moving about pretty much at like 15, 16 weeks. Then I was like, oh wow, there's an actual being in there.
Oh wow.
That is like a very weird thing, being like, there's a little human inside me. Like, it's just a weird thing to get your head around. Since I could feel her moving, she's just been very present. Like, there's not a minute in the day that I don't have it in the back of my mind that I'm pregnant, which I think is quite different to how you feel.
I can quite easily forget.
Yeah.
That we are having a baby. No, obviously I forget. I just mean it's not always at the front of my mind. You know, if I'm at work or whatever, I'm not feeling the baby inside me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily occupy percentage of my mind all of the time.
So my next question is, how have you found dealing with me as a pregnant person and like my symptoms and all of that?
No different really, you're still a princess.
Rude!
Nah, I'm joking. You read a lot about people getting hormonal and, you know, that leading to peaks and troughs in your emotions, but I don't think you're any different. I think we are better than ever.
Yeah.
I think it brings you even closer. You think you're really close when you kind of at that stage where you think, oh, let's have a baby. But then when it's actually happening, I think you become even closer and we're even more in love than ever.
Aww.
So I think you look beautiful as well when you're pregnant.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, I think it's no different. Before you were pregnant, we had more of a license to be more annoying to each other. Whereas now I feel like, oh, I really don't want you to be upset about something or to be annoyed at me about something. So I think like we make more effort to make sure one another are okay. I don't want you to be upset about stuff, you know, because I feel like you're doing a pretty big shift, you know, 9-month shift, and I'm not doing anything. So I really think like
Oh, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming.
I know, but I think the least I can do is make sure you're okay.
Yeah, no, and you've been great, like really sweet and stuff, and
Alright.
yeah.
No, sometimes I'm not sure.
No, you're really cute.
I'm buying a motorbike.
Yeah. Jack's having his last hurrah before he becomes a dad. He's buying a motorbike.
What are you most excited about buying for the baby?
Buying! Oh my god, I thought you
Or
saw my
owning
question.
for the baby?
Ooh, good question. I'm just excited to like dress her up in funny outfits.
Fair enough. What outfit are you looking for? What are you in the market
Animal
for?
onesies.
Animal onesies.
I think that'll be quite funny.
So if you are watching this in the future, baby, you'll know now why you wore all those clothes.
Are you gonna get her a little leather jacket for your motorbike?
Ooh, that's a really good idea.
We can have
Ooh, she can be a
matching leather
bike. I hadn't
jacket.
thought about that. Oh yeah. A little motorbike maybe.
Two-part question. One is, what are you most excited about for like being a dad in general? And what are you most scared of or like nervous about, I guess?
Okay, I'm most excited to have like a best friend that I will love unconditionally, and hopefully she'll love me unconditionally too.
I'm sure she will.
No, I'm really excited about being able to do stuff with someone that wants to do stuff with you. I feel like we've reached a point in life where we're less interested in doing stuff for us anyway. We need this baby so that we
stay interesting.
so that we stay interested. No, but so that we do stuff with them and for them, like camping, getting out, and trying new stuff, you know. It's hard when you're kind of just doing that for yourself because you think, yeah, I want to do that, but, you know, there's all these other things I need to be doing. But when it's someone else, we've got to do that. She's never done that before. She might really enjoy it. What am I most scared of or nervous about, maybe?
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit nervous about like the environment. Our house isn't massive. We've got a yard, but not a big garden. I grew up with a big garden. All my bestest childhood memories are in the garden. And I really love the outdoors. And I don't want them to not experience that. So I'm like slightly nervous about how do we make sure she has a really excellent experience of life beyond being inside.
I'm not nervous about that at all because I grew up in a flat and it'll be through stuff that we do, won't it? Because like we do live in a good place to be going out.
But yeah, I think that's probably what I'm nervous of in the early stage. I think there's a lot to be nervous of in late stage that I'm not going to talk about. What kind of experience do you most want to give to your baby?
I don't know how like narrow or broad you're thinking.
You interpret it as you wish.
I think I'm most excited to travel with our baby.
Okay, it's too broad. I knew you were going to do something like that.
Wait,
I'll give you an example of what I mean. I would say that I'm excited to go camping with our baby. Like that would be a big excitement.
But that is like in
it's in the
same
travel
realm.
section. Yeah, but it's not, you can't just take all the books home from the travel section.
Okay. I don't know, there's so many things. I'm quite excited to do water-based activities.
Oh, okay. You're going to get one of those inflatable chairs that they kind of just hang around in the swimming pool and you really can't swim.
I'm really keen for her to learn to swim quite quickly because I think it's a skill that more people need to have. Like we live on an island and too many people here don't know how to swim. I loved going to the seaside and going to the water when I was a kid. The little wave boards that you have as a kid, like buggy boards and stuff.
Boogie boards.
Boogie boards. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
boogie boards.
Boogie
boards. Foreigner problems.
Nice. I thought you were going to say skiing.
Yeah, and skiing as well. Wait, I just need to check what my questions were.
You just gotta hit me. What you actually care
ad-libbing.
about finding out.
How are you feeling now? How do you perceive the whole, not even becoming a dad, but her? Like, how do you think about her? How do you imagine her?
I have no idea what she looks like. I can't imagine it at all. I can't wait to meet her. That's how I feel. I'm very, very excited. I have no physical connection to her. You do. The only physical connection I have is when I put my hand on your tummy when she is being very wild. You can feel her kind of trying to break out. But also sometimes she runs her hand along, or her feet, I'm not sure which, along your tummy on the inside. And you feel that, and that's the closest I've come to meeting her. I feel like she's just there, and we've already interacted, but she doesn't know we've interacted. I know we have. That's my main feeling, is excitement to meet her. I really can't imagine what she looks like. I think she's going to be a funny baby. I think she's going to laugh a lot. I think she's going to be pretty cute. No, it's kind of like Christmas, where I don't want to think about it too much. When you're a kid, on Christmas Eve, you don't want to think too much about Christmas Day because you're so excited about it, but you just have to wait. I can't make it happen any sooner. I obviously don't want it to happen.
You don't want it to.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's me.
Do you have a question? Because I've got one for you.
Just hit me.
How do you feel about the actual birth and labour?
Okay, yeah, good question. Big question.
I've not asked you that before.
Yeah, no, you have not asked me that before. I'm pretty nervous about it because it feels actually like the birth partner's got quite a long list of things to do. I didn't really realise that. I thought I was just going to be a bit of a spare part, but I'm going to be trying to be a bit more of an active part to help you, really. So I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous about like getting you to the hospital and all that kind of stuff, you know? I feel like in the month preceding, I'm just not going to be able to leave your side.
It's not going to be immediate though. You're supposed to stay at home when the whole thing starts for quite a long
I know,
time.
but that's also quite nerve-wracking. I don't want you to be scared or anxious from pain or anything. I think I'm going to be good in that situation. I'm going to make you feel good, but I'm going to be bearing quite a lot of my own anxiety to do that.
I think it will be a bit of teamwork.
I'll make you feel good. You've only got one job to do. So it's not teamwork. You focus on you.
And baby.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm nervous about it, but I'm ready. I did the training. And we've got more training to do.
We've got more training.
I think the other thing is that I'm very trusting of professionals, and I think actually I'm going to have to fight that a little bit because it's about us making a decision about what we do, and what people might recommend might not be what you want to do. So I think I'm going to be challenging myself to do that a bit more.
We're doing hypnobirthing, aren't we? How are you finding that?
Tedious. Is hypnobirthing worth it? Yes, because I think you learn a lot more than just the procedures and what you need to do, etc. It's about you as a person in that situation. So yes, I would invest in a hypnobirthing thing.
It is like so much about like getting out of your head, because the way we perceive birth, like the reason I was so
Yeah.
anxious about it is because the way it's portrayed in like the media, these horror stories, when actually your state of mind when you're actually giving birth needs to be like as calm and like chilled as possible. And obviously the whole thing's not conducive to that. Just being able to reframe it in your head is so useful.
Okay, final question. Do you think that our lives will change a lot when we have the baby? Yeah.
Yes and no. Obviously they're going to change completely because they're going to revolve around this little being. But at the same time, and we've talked about this a lot, even like when deciding to have a kid, we really don't want to become really boring. Like, we still want to travel. We want our kid to have all of these experiences that we cherish so much from like our own childhoods. Like, my mum used to take me everywhere and I absolutely loved it, and I think it's so formative. As long as health and money allows, I would really love to like continue to have the same kind of lifestyle.
I mean, it's a relevant question because of the content of this channel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think our lives will change, but definitely for the better. We'll have another cast member, another person to hold the camera, so I think that'll be really
We'll train
fun.
her up real quick, obviously.
It'll be good. I think you make it what it is. Being a parent, it's got a bad rep. People view it as you just have to sacrifice all the things you do for someone else. That's not a bad thing, actually. That's a good thing to do. I'm not really articulating it very well. But in Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey says when they had their baby, the mum said, now all we're doing is making memories for our babies. And I think that is a really nice way of thinking about it. I think it gives your life more meaning.
Yeah.
I think it's quite scary for us because none of our friends have babies. That probably will make it more difficult to hang out with people.
That's
But
true, yeah.
that's fine. Like, we'll just hang out in different ways. We'll probably meet loads of new people as well. So I think it's just a bit of an exciting new adventure. And I don't want to be an old dad, so I don't want to put this off and get into like a herd mentality of like having babies at the same time as all your friends or something. I just want to do our own thing. We're just doing our own thing.
We're just doing our own thing. We're gonna be a mum and dad.
You're gonna have to change your name.
To what, mum?
Dad man.
Dad.
B man and Papa C.
Dad man.
When she can't talk, no one's gonna refer to me as dad.
Apart from me.
Will you?
Yeah, because I can't be like, Jack is going to give you your meal now, can I? Otherwise she'll be like,
so that's
Jack.
how she'll return. That's how she'll. I really need to ram it home if it's gonna be her first word.
Anyway, we're excited. We've probably rambled on for long enough. Obviously it's not super relevant to the normal content we have on the channel, but I guess it is part of like everyone's life, and I really like watching these videos at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's cool to chart the journey for ourselves. You might find it interesting too, but probably this is for ourselves. If you do want to talk about it, put it in the chat.
DM us.
Baby names, suggestions. put
Baby
them in
name
the- put them in
suggestions.
the chat.
I'm definitely doing a few boy names as well.
Just in case.
Just in case, you never know, do you? Jack left the room when I found out if it was a boy or a
Yeah.
girl. We told him like, only I'm finding out, and he was like, I've literally never had that before. And then he told me, and because I was just so overwhelmed, I didn't even double check what he said, which is why I'm like, oh my god, can you imagine? I've just like done the whole thing wrong.
I had a gender reveal, found out at party.
Jack found out through a cake, and I found out from the sonographer.
By the way, if you've come this far in the video, welcome to the tip section. I would highly recommend not finding out from the doctor. It's so much nicer finding out with people you love and trust, and being in an environment where you can just be like, wow, you know, that's amazing. All right, that's it.
That's it.
Thank you for watching another We Film Things video. If you made it this far, wow, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you've clicked the like and subscribe button, as well as that little bell that will remind you when we post our infrequent videos to come back to this page and continue watching our journey around the world, traveling, and now having a baby. So thank you. I'm very pleased.
Did you enjoy doing that?
Anywho, that's it. See you
That's
later.
it. Thanks guys. See you soon. Bye.